man. It's a long road. I'm not saying I'm great now, but I'm saying I could be one day if I keep sticking to this grind. You know what I'm talking about? It's easier to think you're famous. It's harder to work for greatness. These kids nowadays give prevalence to the latest. So if the party started 8ish, I'm coming like...
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the JT Brand Podcast. Josh Pizarro here, Douglas Elliman.
This is Janet Timadiah with Douglas Elliman. How are you guys doing?
And we got a special guest here today. I want to call you a friend.
Yes.
Definitely a friend and special guest. Introduce yourself, Brandon.
Thank you. My name is Brandon Deese. You can follow me _SoFarGone. I'm a motivational guy. I'm an inspiring director. I have a YouTube channel. I travel. So many things. So many things.
So really quickly, because you did bring up the YouTube channel.
Yes.
That is somewhat successful, I want to say. 35,000 followers on your YouTube success so far.
Appreciate
subscribers.
It. Yeah.
6 degrees of separation. Mm-hmm. Get into that a little bit for our audience. Like, how did that exactly start? What was the origins behind that?
So initially it was a podcast.
Okay.
You know, we just wanted to sit down and just have these discussions. One of my friends from my neighborhood, he actually was starting it, and then he reached out to me. He seen me in the documentary, and he was like, "You seem like you have a crazy work ethic."
Okay.
And we linked up, and I actually came up with the name, 6 Degrees of Separation, because I believe we're connected through 6 different people. If you actually Google 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah, the movie.
Right? Yes.
That is definitely one of my favorite movies.
So I was like 6 Degrees of Separation, and my goal was to connect to different people. And eventually we started covering international music.
Okay.
Like K-pop, Brazilian funk.
Okay.
And that, because traveling is something I love to do.
Okay.
So it just went hand to hand. So right now we're at 36,000 subscribers.
Wow,
shout
nice.
out to my boy Lewis with the pick. You know, we're working. Consistency is key. Remember that.
Absolute key. And so really quickly about the music. So what got you into different genres of music? Like, are you a listener, or is it kind of like something that you got introduced to through the show?
Yeah, so through the show, my boy Lewis, he actually makes music.
Okay.
And he said one day, he was like, let's start covering, let's do reactions to, international music.
Okay.
Traveling is something you like to do. It just goes hand to hand.
Definitely.
And we just started watching the videos, honestly, and just reacting to it. And then people just love our reactions because we're funny dudes. We just make jokes and everything. But I actually do love the music. I just came back from Rio, and I did an interview with 2 Brazilian funk artists.
Nice.
The first time I went out there by myself. So,
damn, how was that experience?
Connecting the dots. It was great. It was kind of scary at first because I actually went by myself. If you ever traveled,
Went to Rio by yourself?
by myself.
Yeah, that's brave.
I'm gonna do it.
She said, "Yeah."
And
I don't know about that
before I
one.
went, that's what the crazy thing about Perception. Before I went, people was telling me, "You shouldn't go. It's not safe."
Yeah, that's what I
And
got.
then I got
rapping.
initially that's the first thing you think of.
Yeah.
And then I got out there. I had the time of my life.
And then that's what I hear from people that have actually gone out to Brazil.
Come to America and it's scarier.
You don't know until you actually try.
Right.
You don't know until you
how
actually
long have you been doing the YouTube?
So it's about a year now.
A year.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
in a year you were able to
grow that kind of following.
Yeah.
Wow.
36,000.
What was like the key thing that you did?
Yeah, I would say consistency. I think everything
Putting
in
something
life,
out.
everything you want to do, you have to stay consistent at it. So every Monday, I'm there recording. Every Monday, we just had a strict schedule, and just having a positive energy, even when you do videos. Because in the beginning, if you look at our list, we got videos with like 4 or 5 views.
Yeah.
Never get discouraged. This is
this is a long run game.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, the obstacle is the way. You have to go through the obstacle to get to the top. Most
And it makes
people
you
look
better.
at the top and say, that's where I want to be. No, this is the journey right now. So
sidebar for everybody that's listening.
Yeah.
Click, subscribe, view. Okay.
Yeah, let's get 36,000 of you guys.
Right. We're trying to get to that point.
That's important.
Right. Anyway, continuing.
No, that's awesome though. But like in regards to so marketing, is there any marketing that goes? Because I mean, again, when you think 36,000 followers, I'm a big marketing guy, right? I love doing podcasts, and I understand the marketing that goes behind getting somebody's attention. People's attention span is at 5 seconds, dude. We're talking about that of a goldfish.
Yes, it's
so how is there any marketing that goes behind?
So
6 degrees of separation.
Things that I'm learning. I'm learning things as I go. Your content. Make sure your content's on point. It's something that people want to actually watch. So BTS is a K-pop group. really, really big. You should check them out. You would love them.
Okay.
They're kind of like the NSYNC of Korea. But they're
I feel like I've heard of them.
Yeah, but they're way better. So we started reacting to them because most people are searching for that.
For them, okay.
I will also say thumbnails. When you put up your video, make sure it's something that pops. You know,
like a keyword or something like that.
Keywords, things that go into that first picture when you click a video. It's like, you know, so graphic and everything. It makes you want to click it.
Okay.
I also use my Instagram to promote my channel.
Definitely.
Lewis does too. And, you know, just collabing with people and just meeting different people and just sharing.
So before we leave the 6 degrees part out, what's the future for it? Like, where's the end goal? Because I know we talk behind the scenes. Again, you know what I'm saying? So I want the audience to know, what's the end goal?
The crazy thing, I feel like there's no end goal. I feel like the sky's the limit and past there. My ultimate goal is just to connect with different people overseas.
Okay.
You know, and use that to branch off and to do other things.
Okay.
You know, because I love traveling and I want to start a traveling page.
Okay.
So I want to use that to get into
And you mentioned the music channel.
And my boy Lewis, he makes music, so his goal is to promote his music on our channel. So when we get more subscribers, maybe perform, have meet and greets, and you know, to promote his music like that, because people are already
they're already listening,
subscribing. So it's like, oh, what else do you do? And
I always say that it's not just one thing. Like, we don't just podcast.
Right.
It's a podcast to engage with the audience, but we are real estate agents. It's like, hey, that's what we do.
It's like a tree with branches.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
So really quickly, the fitness thing.
Yeah,
because we worked with 3 Lens Media. On a couple of fitness, you know,
shout out to my boy Joe.
Shout out to my boy Joe behind the scenes, one of our guys at 3 Lens. Speak on that. So you got into physical fitness. How recent and how long have you been on your journey?
Fitness I would say about 2.5 years.
Okay.
One of my closest friends, he came back from the military. And, you know, military guys.
Those guys, man.
Consistently. And that's my best friend. And he seen me, and I was skinny with a gut. So it just didn't look right. It didn't look right. And then he ultimately got me in the gym, and I just took it from there. I ran with it. And it's something that it does to me mentally on a day-to-day basis, and it connects me with other people. Look, it connected me with you.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely.
Out. And it's a challenge. If you could challenge your body, you can challenge anything else.
The mindset.
If you can control this, you can control anything. And you have to treat your body like a temple, not a woodshed. And I feel like
speak on it, man.
It's part of daily life too, right?
Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's a discipline, and it's as well as much a discipline as a lifestyle.
Yeah,
you know, like, because you want to preserve yourself for the long run. It's like, it's not just work for that bag and then forget about yourself.
It's so crazy because I tell people this all the time. I say, I'm not working out for 28, 27. I'm working out for 50 from when I'm 60, from when I'm 70, so I could be in a tip-top shape, in the best shape of my life at that age. So this is just for now, just to keep it going.
Shit, I'm 35 and I feel like I'm better than I was 25, and that's real, man. That's just being honest. Preserve life, man.
And it also teaches you about challenges. I just did the New York City challenge race. So basically, it's an obstacle course. It's a 3-mile obstacle course. You got to jump over things. You got to go on
Spartan
the
race type.
It's like the Spartan race.
Love those kind of things.
It's my first time ever doing it. Shout out to my boy Chris Dunn. It's so crazy because I got up to one point. This is 2 miles in. There was this, probably 6.5, about 6'2", 6'3", wall right in front of me. And I'm sitting in there like, oh my goodness, I am tired. I was dead tired. I was on empty. And I seen people walking around it, and I seen their reaction. It was just like, kind of like, they felt like failures.
Giving up,
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to build this energy to get over that. Because I'd rather that feeling than just walking around it. I didn't care what time I finished the race. I was like, I'm going to finish each obstacle as I go. So fitness does something like that, you know, for me, and I relate that to life.
Nice.
No, that's what's up, man.
So run down the list. I know you say you like to travel. So where have you been?
Oh man, this guy's
and where do you want to go?
Okay, so I've been to Germany, Czech Republic, Croatia, Canada, Colombia. Yeah, so
any part of the
Vietnam,
world
Thailand.
Been to Vietnam?
Yeah,
wow.
and
it's insane.
Yeah,
That's a good list,
man. That's awesome.
A friend of mine.
I look up to that.
I don't know if Bermuda counts.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
It's not around the corner.
I have a friend that she's very well traveled, and actually she inspires me a lot because I love to travel, but I don't really. I'm not a traveler, right? I've been like to literally a handful of places.
Yeah.
And so somebody gifted her like I guess it's almost like I don't know if it's a map or a globe where you can basically pin where you want to go or where you have been in the world. So one of her goals was she wants to travel to every continent in the world.
That's dope.
So like I think right
Antarctica.
now she's like only missing 2 continents that she hasn't traveled to. We're gonna go to one today. I mean not today, in November.
Damn, you out?
Yeah,
okay.
No,
you out?
Damn,
nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to one. We're going to Tokyo in November. So
that's
like one of the,
sweet. Oh man, that's so awesome.
I'm excited because I'm just like, damn, I've never traveled. Like I've never been to somewhere like that.
Dude,
so it's
soak
different.
that in, because
it's gonna be good.
My idea behind traveling, like you, I want to travel. Just having gotten to that point in my life, and
it costs money.
And it costs
Let's
money.
be real. It costs money.
It definitely costs money.
It costs. It's a sacrifice as well.
Yeah.
Let's not act like we don't have them.
Yeah.
But it's a sacrifice as well. But outside of that, I feel like when you're travel, you're more cultured around
100%.
and like more receptive, and your perspective is just so much
100%.
broader than that of a I guess American. You can call it American, and just stuck on your own mindset of like
Definitely
what
agree with
we
that.
live like over here.
And you have
like,
to embrace the culture for sure.
Embrace
like
it.
I mean, it's everything. I think so. That's So where what's next on your list?
What is next on the list?
October, I'm going to Rome and then Madrid.
Nice.
Oh,
so you document your travels, right?
Yeah, I document. I have a bunch of videos, so I want to eventually start my own page.
Okay.
My goal is to collect every currency in the world. So I have a
that's a cool.
Instagram I
that's
just
cool
started.
goal.
It's called Road to 180. It's 180 different currency notes.
Oh wow. Okay.
And my goal is to document and collect every currency
what
note.
currency number are you on?
I'm on 9 right now.
9.
Yeah,
oh wow. So you
I'm on 9.
got some
I forgot to say Brazil earlier.
You got some go. But that's good. That's a great goal.
That's an amazing way to set forth the blueprint to travel.
Yeah.
I gotta get
and it's like
That's
I'm
dope.
not just traveling just to travel. Like I want to travel and have a purpose and connect with different people. So what I do, I think 3 different countries I went to. I played basketball. Basketball is something that we grew up on. Like every Saturday we out playing basketball, and I was like, I was in Brazil and I met some kid. And I was like, where's the basketball court at? And then he took me the next day, and I'm playing basketball with the kids, and it was so much love.
Nice.
So much. Most people
Sports,
get scared. They was like,
you
gotta understand.
You can do anywhere, right?
Yeah, and then not only that, but sports is a bonding thing.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like, it's a competitive thing. Like, if I see you on the basketball court, I'm going to want to kill your shit. But, at the end of the day, if you're in another country, it'll still open up that communication, which is so cool. And like you said, we grew up over here on basketball, man. If you didn't grow up on basketball, you was in trouble. I always said this before, like in the 80s and 90s, if you wasn't a basketball player, you was probably getting into something else.
It was a way to get us off the streets.
Seriously, man.
I definitely love traveling. You learn gratitude. I was in Colombia a couple of years ago, and I seen this. You see homeless people all the time, right? But out there, I seen this homeless lady, and she was just standing and staring. I'm like, what is she looking at? Her baby was on the street. Mind you, it's 85 degrees out there. It's hot, just laying on the floor. And something came over me, and I was just like, wow, you really have to be grateful for the things that you have. Coming from where we come from, sometimes we'll be on social media, and we'll see other people being successful, and you just have this,
society's pressures.
This pressure on you, like, dag, I'm not doing enough. No, you have a lot compared to others, and that's one thing that's traveling that has definitely, showed me have more gratitude.
That's so real, man. It's so real, and not only that, but like you said, it's the perspective. Like it just switches you. Like, yo, I have so much to be grateful for.
Right after that trip, I just started giving. Like every trip I go on, I give a pair of sneakers. Yeah. Like I bring a pair of sneakers that I play basketball and whatnot. I just give it to somebody. One of the kids in Brazil, I gave him a pair of sneakers after he was playing basketball. And
just leave your mark. It's like a little. It's like a little energy in it.
Is giving.
Yeah.
We want all these things, but we don't give.
That's a good quote.
How could you expect anything, but you're not giving anything?
Yeah.
And then not only that, but like that that impact. That's energy. Like we said, like that's energy that you left there. Like, you know, they'll never forget that.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. They still reach out to me on Instagram. They watch my videos and everything. So
that's
definitely all love.
That's sweet. You know? So future project. Yeah. My guy. Let's talk about your film. Okay. Because you're clearly like you're a creative director. Yes. And you were saying about your film and what you wanted to touch with that. So let's touch on really quickly the Class Divide documentary that you were in and how that led to your film idea.
Okay, so I was in a documentary called Class Divide.
HBO documentary.
HBO documentary. It's about gentrification going on in Chelsea. You know, gentrification is going on all over the world.
New York City, world,
and,
the whole nine.
Intern with Blowback Productions, and my whole role was to get people from my neighborhood connected with the people from HBO. I did that. It took about like a year and a half to finish. It came out like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I saw it.
Me and one of my good friends, Jawan, he actually put me on to the project. And it was a great experience. You know, I learned a lot.
I thought it was a really good documentary.
Yes, honestly. It was a great.
Who actually like came up? Did HBO approach you guys?
No, so Mark Levin is one of the top documentary people in New York. He worked with Blowback Productions, and they wanted to talk about gentrification. So he lives in Chelsea, but he lives like up the block. So he was
like the good part of Chelsea.
In the nice, yes, not my area.
I know what part of Chelsea you're talking about.
He was working with HBO, and he was like, "I'm gonna work on it in the neighborhood because their office is in Chelsea." And then he got my boy Jawan connected, and then Jawan reached out to me, and then we just,
connected with it.
That's interesting. I'm always interested in like how, productions and companies like come up with these concepts and like, especially when it's like documentaries like that, and you're using real life people and it's not fictional. It's like, oh, how do you reach out? Like, how does that even come about? You know?
Yeah. So, and not only that, but how do you touch the I guess the heartstrings of what you really want to touch, right? Because like you said, you could be from Chelsea, but up the block from Chelsea, it's very nice.
It's very nice.
You're not really inside of the part where we know, the darker side of things. So
it's so crazy because once he told me, he was like, HBO's doing a documentary, you want to join? I'm like, what?
Yeah, sign me up. No questions. No questions.
Because coming from where we come from, opportunities are hard to come by. And once it comes, you better take it.
Especially those brands.
I see something, I want to jump on it. Let's do it. And we did that. It premiered. It just something didn't sit well with me. With the people from my community, even my mom. I went home that night and she was like, "Brandon, I love the documentary." And my mom's a real person. She was like, "What about everybody else? What about their story? What about the people that are striving every day? That
the ones that are working like yourself,
working hard."
Like yourself.
And I sat there and I dwelled for a while because it kind of hurt me. I was like, Dad, people really feel this type of way about
the poor kid. They didn't see the poor kid really working harder for what he's going for.
So I made a conscious decision to put that work in and stop complaining and actually do something about it. We live in a time we have social media. We have access.
Distribution.
We have access to anything. Anything you want to do, you can do. You just got to go out there and put the work into it. So there was a guy that lives on top of me. His name's Sean Green. He wanted to do a documentary, and he seen me in the building. He was like, "Wait, you was in Class Divide?" It's crazy. He lives right up top of me. I was like, "Let's work on it." So I decided to call it "Stories from the Dark Side" because I feel like we're on the dark side surrounded by this light. Saying that, meaning that. From 24th to 26th, 9th and 10th Ave is the projects. All right, granted.
New York City housing.
Right across the street are $1 million apartments surrounded. So the reason why I named that because I feel like we're on the dark side surrounded by all this light. Yeah. And it's something we've been working on for a couple of months now.
Can I put an interesting my perspective on it? Because we're real estate agents, right? Yeah. And I'm huge on giving back to the community. Yeah. It's the reason why I'm doing this podcast or we're doing this podcast is because we want to give back the inspiration needed. Yeah. Because we understand my perspective on gentrification is happening, but there's also opportunity. And the reason why I say there's opportunity is because now you have these classes mixed. Yeah. As before, where we would have Upper East Side was for the rich and wealthy. Downtown Lower East Side, Chelsea, you're not going to get much opportunity there. Now, everybody wants to live amongst each other where, like you said, multi-million-dollar apartments across the street where you don't know who you're going to meet at your coffee shop. No. Not at all. You're a creative director, right? So the opportunity in that coffee shop is much greater than if these multi-million-dollar apartments weren't across the street.
Right.
110.
And that's what I want people to grasp on, right? Because this is something
it's
that...
It's going to be tough for them to do that.
No, it's super
everybody always
wants
to harp on the
It's so
negative,
funny that you say that, and I 110% agree with you. This was one of the purposes behind the documentary because my goal is to build that bridge between the two. I understand you, you understand me. And that's it. Now we can have these conversations. Now the guy that works at Google that lives in Chelsea, that just moved to Chelsea, could get an intern from my neighborhood, a young kid that needs opportunity.
And in 5 years,
oh, let me get one of the kids from your neighborhood that's looking to get out of his situation. So that's one of the main reasons why I was driven to make this documentary. And I want to build that bridge
and to break down that perspective where like the neighborhood hood kid does not mean that he doesn't bring value to something that you're doing.
You don't have to live in fear.
And I've said this before, being from the Lower East Side, and for a long time I felt uncomfortable being in amongst millionaires, like just in the vicinity, and even getting into real estate. It took me a while to build that courage and that understanding that, look, no, you have a value here. Bring it to the table every single time, and somebody's gonna see it.
And not to mention, everybody started somewhere, so
we're always looking at end products, and that's because of social media too. The social societies, pushing that in front of us and whatnot. So
I definitely want to drive
that's awesome,
people from my neighborhood. When they see it, like, I can do this too.
Exactly.
Brandon, I'm nobody special. I got a job just like everybody else. It's just, I tell people this all the time. What are you doing with your 24 hours? Granted, you have a job, I get that. But what are you doing after work?
If
you're at home playing Fortnite, or if you're at home watching...
What is this Fortnite, everybody?
Oh, it's a video game.
This is like the #1 video game in the fucking
world.
I swear, like, maybe half of our guests
have mentioned.
Are you serious? Honestly, is that possible? Shout out to the people that created it.
Seriously, I'm like,
if you're at home doing things like that, if you're at home, you got to watch the next sports event, and you're complaining.
Well, I'm not going to miss Knicks games. I'm not going to.
Yeah, you're big.
But I'm just saying. That's my escapism. Sadly,
doing things and complaining at the same time, it just makes no sense. That's why I ask people all the time. So, what are you doing on your free time?
Agreed.
So.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Listen, bro. You have the perfect mindset for what you're doing, and I wish you nothing but success, man.
It seems like sky's the limit. Honestly, like it seems like you're gonna create off of what you've already built.
Yeah.
And which you have already built something like substantial. Like 36,000 followers. That's not something that most people can say.
I feel like there's more details you can give us, but that's all right. I'm not gonna press you. I'm not gonna press you on the podcast right now. Right?
How about we do
a GT
right now on the 60 degrees of separation reaction?
I think we totally should. Because
I'm pretty funny.
I'm definitely for it.
My reaction.
I feel like he's holding back right now, but it's all right. I'm not gonna press you on the podcast. We can talk about it outside the podcast, but I want the juice.
Nah, Brandon. Listen, man. Before you go, obviously, I definitely want you to leave all your social media handles, where people can find you, and then what to expect from you in the future. You know what I mean? Like, leave us with something.
So you can follow me on Instagram at _SoFarGone. You can follow me on Twitter at I am Brandon Deese. What other? You can also follow the channel 6 Degrees.
See the shirt.
We definitely have shirts coming soon. I should have.
That's nice. No, it's all right.
You see what I'm saying? The juice.
I got you.
He got shirts. He got merch. Like what? Like what's going on?
I got the whole nine. That's good.
That's pretty much it. And documentary should be coming soon. Just follow on my social media platforms.
What's the timeline for the documentary?
So I'm looking towards my birthday. My birthday's December 23rd, and I want to do
gosh,
bro, 2 days after me, man. I'm the 21st.
Oh, word, December babies. What's special?
January 23rd.
Oh, okay. So we're cold weather right here.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this
heat, so I'm looking towards that. I'm trying to raise some money, for funding and everything, for marketing, and you're definitely somebody I need to talk to.
Yeah, get our 3 Lens Media's guys on.
We'll definitely
be a part of that.
Work on some stuff. I appreciate it, and stay positive. 3M, I call it the 3M code: mental, muscle, money. Live by that.
Like that.
You live well, live freely. That's it.
My God.
Right,
as usual, guys, we love y'all. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like, comment, share,
support.
We appreciate y'all. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it.
Peace.
All right, guys.
It's easy to think you famous, it's harder to work for greatness. These kids nowadays give prevalence to the latest. So if the party start at 8ish, I'm coming like next to